COVID did something. It opened our eyes to be like, wait a second, we're not just shoving anything into our body. And why are they able to make us take these vaccines and they're not responsible for them? And the government and no one else should be telling you what to do. The least that we could do in the legislature is listen to you and have your back.
Your organization has achieved a significant dent in vaccine mandates.
We didn't do the science. We didn't do the clinical trials. We didn't do the flow safety. But one thing we know it's rare.
Hello again. This is Emily. I'm here with Representative Shelley Luther. We are at the Republican Party of Texas State Convention, and we are here to talk all things medical liberty. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, your HD, and just a little about you.
I'm Shelley Luther. I represent House District 62, which includes Grayson County, Fannin, Franklin, and Delta counties. So we're very rural. I am a former school teacher and now a salon owner or business owner. And a lot of people know me from the woman that went to jail against the COVID shutdown, got out of jail, ran for office several times, and was eventually able to get into office. So I'm super excited to represent regular people.
And we are so grateful for you. We are so excited.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. Why do you believe that vaccine choice matters here in Texas?
You know, it's crazy. A lot of people, talk about COVID, right? And as I'm someone that I did what my doctors told me to do as far as vaccines were concerned. I have 2 daughters myself, got the vaccines because that's what you're supposed to do. And I thought that they knew what was best. And I think COVID did something. It opened our eyes to be like, wait a second, we're not just shoving anything into our body. And now we're looking at COVID shots. Let's go back on immunizations as well. And we need to question everything. And luckily, my daughters didn't have any adverse reactions to them, or that I know of, But if I were to do it all over again, I would have not vaccinated my kids, and I would have been one of those people standing up. I just didn't know better until it got political for me, and I'm like, wait a second, you and you and you and you have the right to say what goes in your body and your kids' bodies. And when they turn 18, they have that right for their own body. But right now, you've got to do everything that you can to protect your kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. COVID opened everyone's eyes, I think. Quite a few people eventually. But so what have you learned personally from meeting families that have been impacted by the vaccine mandates or medical discrimination?
It's crazy. I've met a lot of people. A lot of people say, oh, you stood up against it and you went to jail. But there's a lot of people that are unsung heroes that we don't know about that got fired from their job for not taking a vaccination, or the military, and all of these people. And in Texas, we should not do that. This is Texas, it's like,
yeah, we should be leading the way.
We should be leading the way in everything. And I know one of the big problems that we have is it's, especially with immunizations, it is a federal law that we had to, try to overcome. And a lot of people said, you can't do anything in the state. It's a federal. And that's when my husband and I were sitting at home one day. We're watching the TV and one of these commercials comes up. It wasn't a vaccine commercial, but it was just like a medical pharmaceutical commercial. And they're like, you could die, you could have a stroke, you could do for like getting rid of like a spot on your leg. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, first of all, why do we even have these commercials? Like, people shouldn't be shopping for health on TV, which is so stupid, right?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it's like, why are they able to make us take these vaccines and they're not responsible for them?
Yes.
And so I started to brainstorm and I'm like, well, one thing that we do have control of are the commercials that we show in Texas.
Very true.
And so we didn't know that at the beginning, but after doing a bunch of research, they're like, wait a second, we can take out Texas when we're doing a nationwide commercial or whatever. And I'm like, well, what if we tell them if you want to advertise in Texas, then you now have to take responsibility for injury for your vaccine that you do. And this isn't all pharmaceuticals yet, but for now, vaccines. And I said, if you're so proud of your vaccine and you can tell everybody that it's super safe, put your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely.
And so no one in the state has ever passed a bill like that. It was HD 3441, and I was able to pass that as a freshman last session to make vaccine manufacturers liable for injury if they decide to advertise in Texas.
And that's just
awesome.
So incredible. We're so grateful to have you as one of our medical champions.
Thank you.
It's just an honor to be able to work alongside you guys.
You guys have showed up. Like when it came to testimony, when people had questions, and this isn't a fight, because I actually had Democrats sign on to my bill.
That's amazing.
Because this wasn't about whether or not you should get a shot. It should be your choice.
Yes.
And the government and no one else should be telling you what to do. And so when I went to go get signatures for that bill on the floor, I found several people that were personally vaccine injured.
Yes.
And they're like, I'll sign on to that bill. And so when I got cohesive support from both sides of the aisle, that's when people said, oh, this bill's going to move. And we got, I think, 70 or 80 signatures on it. I'm like, let's go. We got the votes. So it was awesome.
That's amazing. So why should vaccine choice remain a priority inside of the Republican Party of Texas?
Well, it's the same reason why I did my bill for just Texas, because we don't know who's going to be in office in Washington. We don't know what laws are going to be passed federally. We just need to make sure we're taking care of Texas. So we're not stopping with just the commercials, of course. That was like getting our foot in the door. But I would love to go against any commercials that are pharmaceutical at all, because that raises the rates for everybody. They go shopping for things they don't even need or don't even know that they need. We should be going to our medical professionals or people that we trust, our family trust, to give us medical advice. I want to put people more in charge of their own personal and their family's journey medically. And it starts with we call the shots.
That's right. That's right. So what would your message to TFVC grassroots armies be?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for everything that you do, and especially for the people like yourself that share your testimony to educate people of what you've been through, because it's real. It's real. It's not something made up, and it's people's real life, and we need to stand up for those people. CPS should not get involved when you're trying to protect. You're doing the opposite of what they think. You're protecting your kids, and as a mama, I'll do anything to protect mine. So kudos to all of those families that have been to, honestly, hell and back.
Yeah.
The least that we could do in the legislature is listen to you and have your back.
Absolutely. So we're going to wrap up with this. We're going to play a game. Finish this sentence.
Oh, okay.
All right. So medical liberty means
being able to choose medical devices, any kind of medical procedure on you or your family's body should be left up to the parents. Period.
That's awesome. Well, it was so nice to have you over here today, and can't wait to see you around more during the convention. And
working with y'all during session, because our work's not done.
That's right, girl.
Okay, good.
We got this.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Shot Callers podcast. Please, if you found value in this content, rate us and share the podcast with a friend. It's a great way to get the message out and to empower everyone to make informed decisions. Until next time, never forget, we are the Shot Callers.